Oh, well, hello. It is Tees. Good day. Good afternoon. Good evening. I hope all are well. I hope all are safe. So, I'm getting another epiphany as to why we've been lied to our whole lives. Basically, we've been spun around in a lie for a few centuries now. And I'm thinking the number one reason is why we've been lied to is to maintain control. So, tell someone it's apples when it's oranges, so then therefore you don't know how to move in a situation. And then when you grow up living a lie, then you believe it. So it's like, okay, well maybe that is all there is to life. Working and paying bills and breathing in chemtrails. So the average person, like your everyday person, that's literally all we know. Working, paying bills, religion, and chemtrails. You see what I'm saying? Like those are like literally the main things. Like or in education too. You go to school. You know how you go to school. Oh, you must be somebody. You go to work. Oh, you must be somebody. Oh wow, you're religious. You must be. You see what I'm saying? We get our success from these corners of society that we think makes us somebody, but at the same time we're still disposable. So that's called being controlled. You see what I'm saying? If you can be disposed and they tell you when to come into work or what to do, when to wake up, that's no different than being in prison. You're basically in prison with an open door. Prison with the doors unlocked, if you will. So that's number one reason I lie to you, for control. So this has nothing to do with money. I mean, even though they do make a lot of money, because if you think about it, like who's really running the show, you know, like with your Rothschilds or whoever these entities are, these demons that come from dimension to dimension, they do have crazy wealth. It's like their wealth is like, it is pretty crazy, but I don't want to say they don't need it, but it's like it comes with the territory. So it's kind of like if I have all these people by the balls, if I want to, I can milk you dry. And that's literally what they do. That's why they charge for everything. Then they turn around and say, oh, well, we have this energy machine that makes free energy. So they have the power to make free energy, but you get charged for yours by the month. Hell, probably even by the second. So it's like you get charged for everything that's supposed to be free. Even that's why they say when you go into the hoods or you go anywhere where there's trees, you only have the male tree. The female trees are not there. You're not going to get any trees that's going to spew fruits and vegetables to you. You see what I'm saying? So keep that in mind. That's for a reason as well, too. That's called control. That's the number one reason, control. It has nothing to do with the money, because the money comes and goes. Control is the number one reason. Also, too, speaking of lies, knowing that we're in this bubble of a small mind, and literally all we know, work, paying bills, religion, and chemtrails, if you ask yourself, in that small mind of ours, mind you, because I can promise you, humans, okay, when it comes to God's green earth, or green and blue earth, with stones on it, and then when it comes to the whole entire universe, like including the stars, the galaxy, other planets, gravity, non-gravity, including everything that's outside of the earth, we as humans, the human people or humanity, we would be the most uninformed creatures. And if you ask me again, the people who are controlling us, telling us that we're up when it's down, or telling us that's blue when it's black, I want to say those people are out of this world. They're not from here. They're not quote unquote humans. Hell, we're probably not even human. We're probably an effing bird. We just don't know. We've been lied to our whole life. We don't know what the hell's going on. Literally, all we know for sure is working, paying bills, and chemtrails. You don't even know what the hell religion is. Hell, I did throw religion and education in there, but that's how you become sick in the head. You see what I'm saying? That's how you're able to be lied to, because you go through religion, you get your information through religion and through these education systems, and they're just setting you up for failure. So pretty much the people that are telling you that it's up when it's down, or that's not blue, it's black, they're telling you what one thing when it's another. Those people are not human, or those entities are not human, but they'll come in human form to tell you what's up and what's down, what's right and what's wrong, and what you ought to shut up about. And I guess I'll throw this in real quickly too. So Terrence Howard, I'm thinking he's into some type of, science. But when he spoke to he was on a panel with two pink people. That's another thing too. This is our problem, and it has nothing to do with the topic. But when we do our inventions or call ourselves having information, we feel like we have to prove ourselves to pink people, and then be surprised when we come up missing or when our inventions come up tampered with or stolen. We'll come up dead, and then 2 seconds later they'll come out with the same invention. So basically, whatever his theory is on energy and how like energy works, he basically was on this pink man's show or on his podcast, and there was another scientist there, and he was pretty much talking down. Oh, you really think I'm gonna listen to that? That's just, you sound as dumb as that theory. So instead of him saying like, oh wow, you got a point, or that makes sense, instead of him saying, even if it was something out the blue, oh come on, how can a star drink coffee? It was not, even if it's something that just sounds so ridiculous, he could have been like, well, he could even argue it. Well, no, a star can't drink coffee because they're allergic. Instead of him just going having intelligent dialogue, he basically talked down on him. I don't look at Terrence Howard as a fool. And if you're doing science, you're into any type of science, there is no such thing as a foolish science. That's why they're able to kill people now. It's the scientists that are poisoning your food, that are rearranging those genetics in the food that are literally attack certain calibers of people. You see what I'm saying? If I want to make a food, okay, this food is to attack the Asian. This food is to attack the American Negroes. This food is to attack. I know, like I say, this is why scientists are the number one serial killers, because that's what these billionaires rely on. They rely on science and technology to manipulate us. So again, instead of him just saying, okay, I'm just gonna he was basically calling him dumb. So I'm thinking like, that's our number one problem. We're always trying to seek validation from the pink devils. These people aren't even effing human their damn self. So you're answering to some evil entity to give you a pat on the head, say, oh my god, thank you for making this invention, which is gonna make my job hard, or which is gonna make me look bad. And then we wonder why we come up missing. But back on the topic. So basically, just knowing that the humans are the number one uninformed creatures on the planet, or even in the universe. Like, we don't know, literally all we know, like the back of our hands, working pan bills and chemtrails. That's what we know for sure, because we don't know nothing about religion, and we don't know nothing about education. You think you're smart, but I can promise you, once you understand what's really going on, most of y'all will drop dead. So with that being said, would you really want to know the truth? And this might explain too, which I had another epiphany, like, okay, well, this is why people enjoy La La Land. Because as I'm learning the truth, I'm thinking like, yeah, go ahead and go give me Ray Charles' eyes. Because I'm thinking like, oh wow, is that? But then again, I know how to receive the information. Like, okay, so for instance, if they say, okay, how would you feel if you were a science project this whole time? And that's why you're working, paying bills and breathing in chemtrails, and you don't know nothing. Like, how would you feel about that? And I'm thinking like, although it sounds disturbing, I can believe it, because I did grow up a guinea pig my entire life. You see what I'm saying? I was a test dummy until I removed myself from that. 'Cause I'm thinking like, what kind of crap is this? So with that being said, would you be able to handle the truth? Would you be able to handle, hey, pink Jesus is probably not the pink Jesus that you thought he was? You see what I'm saying? Would you be able to look in the mirror and say, well, damn, am I a mutant? You see what I'm saying? Because most of these people, or am I a splice? Some of y'all are splices. And here's another thing too. If you ever wondered why you have brain damage or some type of handicap, and I don't want to sound ignorant, but incest probably have a lot to do with that. You see what I'm saying? And it's not impossible. You get people who literally, if you look like you have some type of handicap in any way, shape, or form, a lot of that stems from sharing the same DNA from both parties, if you know what I mean. Basically, the DNA is too close together to where it don't know what to do, but it makes you turn into a mutant, if you will. And then also, there's a, it's also a saying, how would you receive, okay, so basically when we don't even know how to accept the truth on earth, let alone if you're seeing some strange activity in the sky, or if you see somebody, literally a hand, move the moon or move the sun, or look at you from behind the lens. Because I want to say that moon or that sun that we're looking at, it's probably not the moon or the sun that we grew up with, That could be literally the front page of the camera or the lens that's watching you. And we won't know, like I say, our minds are so small, we won't know that. We literally, all we know, working, paying bills, and we're living in this galaxy that's so big, so huge, to where our minds can't fathom, to where when you say, okay, well, where am I on the menu? You're literally a speck. You're not even a crumb on a 1,000-man table. It's like you're literally a speck that's so small that your eyes can't even see. And you think that it just, this whole story is all about working, paying bills, and breathing in chemtrails. Ask yourself, hell, why am I working, paying the bills, and breathing in chemtrails? And I'll tell you, number one is because you can and you will. If they tell you, okay, all your bills are going to go up to the max, somebody's still going to. We're easily manipulated. That's why. We're so easy to be tricked. So easy. To the point where they don't have to use sorcery anymore. Okay, yes, they probably had to remix your brain a little bit just to get you to fall in line, but now they don't have to use sorcery anymore. Just tell them. If the news tell you, hey, it must be real. If the TV show told you, it must be real. If my favorite entertainer told me that, hey, it got to be real. Which that's still sorcery, because I'm lying to you. Because I'm lying to you. A lie is sorcery. That's witchcraft. No, today isn't Wednesday. It's doomsday. Yeah, so, would you want to know, though? At your small mind. That's why they say certain energies can be dangerous, because it's like, people go into shock. And I'll speak of this, too. So there was about, I don't know if it was 5 or 10 scientists, between 5 or 10 scientists. They went somewhere. I don't remember where exactly they went. I don't even think they disclosed where they were going, but they were going to, quote unquote, look for trouble. And when I say look for trouble, basically going to study something or going to examine and research. But they basically went hands-on to a particular area to do, quote unquote, research, or basically to look for trouble, if you ask me, because they found it. And this is how you know they found it. They found the trouble that they were looking for. You know, scientists, they always want to break into tombs, or they always want to do their research, always want to go tampering with shit. So whatever they ran into, and again, at this undisclosed area, people only knew where they were because I think they, I don't know if they got dropped off and they went somewhere, but they didn't send the call to say, hey, okay, we're ready to come. Basically, once they got dropped off, they didn't hear anything else from them, so they had to go look for them. And when they literally spotted them, because they're supposed to get picked up, you know, through aircraft to get taken back to their original destination to bring back the information. So basically, when they ran back into these scientists, there's about 5 or 10 scientists, all of them were lined up in a line, like literally lined up shoulder to shoulder with their heads down and with their souls removed, like not technically, but basically like they're, whatever they seen, sucked the words and the energies out their eyes. So pretty much when they went to get picked up, no words were spoken, head down, you ain't moving, you ain't talking. So basically they get picked up and the airman was like, hey, we've been calling that, you know, pretty much like, hello, y'all just sitting here, why didn't y'all call us, you know? So they literally had to go fishing for them, because wherever they are, they ended up in the woods. They did get found, but they literally had to get pushed onto the plane like cattle. It's like they literally were, whatever it was, they said they were diagnosed, and long story short, they were diagnosed with aftershock, like pretty much aftershock syndrome or effect. Like pretty much this is what somebody who's in shock, you know how people sit there with their mouth open, but whatever they was, it was some sort of shock. So yeah, long story short, they pushed them on the plane, and the airmen and the people are looking like, where the hell did they come from? And he was like, I don't know. He said, I've been trying to talk to them. He said, none of them said a word since we spotted them. We were yelling and everything. None of them said nothing. So long story short, they got diagnosed with whatever they seen. They were in shock to where it slapped the words out of their mouth. They kept their head down. They didn't say nothing, to the point where they're on the plane. So they basically have to buckle you up, put you on a plane, push you in there like cattle, because you obviously don't understand what the hell I'm saying. One guy said he touched the guy's leg, like pretty much like, wake up, John. And he said he kept his head down he never moved, never budged. I don't know if they've gotten well since then, but whatever they seen, their eyes and ears could not fathom. Okay, so would you want to know? These are scientists. These are people that go around looking for trouble. These are the ones that go tampering with the stars, go looking under those cracks, or going to those caves, or going feeding Sasquatch. And even they got their minds blown. Now, are you Are you okay with being lied to? Or would you really want to know the truth? Would you want to know the truth to where your words get slapped out of your mouth? I'm prepared for it because it's like, I can believe it. Just like when they say, okay, if you see a hand behind a damn moon, or see something moving behind the moon, or if you understand that you've been a guinea pig this whole time, with, you know, being controlled, milked, and dictated by aliens, I can believe that. Because whatever this system we're under now, these are not ran by humans. These people are not humans. They don't do anything. That's why these people can kill you and keep it moving. They don't give a darn about you. These are not. You're not dealing with humans. You're not. These people don't have a heart. They might look like you because they use your skin to look like you, but no, they don't. No. You have to understand what time it is now. But are you prepared for that? And honestly, I am. Cause I'm thinking like I can believe it. Tell me if I've been in a simulation or in a game this whole time, or if I've been getting experimented on this whole time. I can believe it because I'm a living witness. I have been experimented my whole life. I do understand what time it is. Like I said, I don't know the full truth. I don't know exactly what the hell's going on. But you tell me this show has been getting ran by a demon with Jordans on, I would believe you. Or an alien in a tutu, I would believe you again. I would, because it'll make sense to me. Because I don't live in a bubble. I have to keep my mind open just so I don't be mind blown. Because the stuff that I be seeing here, even especially lately too, you look around like, hello? You know how many times I said hello? And I'm not schizophrenic at all. Hearing shit and seeing shit. And if I go into the damn nearest mental health center, tell them our mental health facility and tell them I'm hearing and seeing, oh, schizophrenia. Schizophrenia, load me up with drugs and then tell me to get out of here. But this is not schizophrenia. And I know what schizophrenia look like. So I'm looking at these two, hello? What the hell did I just see and what the hell did I just hear? And it's like there's a connection. Like I say, we don't know what we're up against because we weren't learned these things. When you get lied to and then the truth comes to you, you don't know how to process it. So, honestly, if you ask me, I'll be like, okay, it makes sense. Wow. And then therefore I will see things differently too. You won't be so quick to hold on to this stuff once you realize it's fake, you know? And so it's like, I'm thinking the most mind-blowing part will be to know, like, literally that I've been hooked up to mics and cords this whole time. Like mics and cameras. Even though I felt like I've been getting watched my whole life. But, like, literally, if you really do learn that, too, like, okay, wow, that speaker has been watching me this whole time. Or, what, my fridge told you where I was at yesterday? And, you know, and you just be, now that part would be mind-blowing to me. Because I'm thinking, like, okay, well, I knew it. I just don't know where the surveillance was coming from. You see what I'm saying? You don't know what... Other than your phone, like, you don't know what's watching you and listening to you. You see what I'm saying? Because we are definitely under surveillance, but knowing exactly, like, where are the cameras? I guess just knowing it. I guess that's not surprising either, but it will be. To me, I'm like, oh, so it was the stove this whole time. That part will mind, because I'm thinking, oh, it's the TV. Watch out for your phone told you what you did last. Did you take the phone with you at the last robbery? And like I say, the phone does tell on you, because it's like when we do our dirt. We take our phones everywhere. It's just bathroom to drive-bys, all that. So it's like your phone will have a rap sheet on you, but just to know that that's not what's really, you know, that's not where the cameras and mics are set up at. I'm like, makes you wonder. Yeah, but I won't be. I don't want to say I promise I won't be surprised, but I won't be. Like if I see like a hand or an arm moving the moon out the way or scooting the moon over so they can, you know, clear off their desk, I wouldn't. I would not be surprised because it's like. Not only are we under a sick delusion, it's like we have been lied to our whole life, and we are the most uninformed. So it's like, if you could tell me something that's so crazy and far-fetched in the world, I would have to believe it because, again, we are so uninformed. Like we're misinformed. Like our information, the stuff that we get, like it's so bare minimum. It's like I'm surprised we're even able to function. Like we are literally like in. Like critical handicap state. And this is no offense to the handicap, because technically all humans are handicapped. Because when I say we don't know nothing, we don't. The scientists don't even know nothing. And then once they figure out what the hell's partially going on, they don't know how to fathom it. And they're the one that goes to try to get answers. Oh, well, how can I get these people to shut up? How can I make food grow without... You see what I'm saying? They're the ones that's doing that. So they know a little bit more than we do, and then yet they have the nerve to be mind blown. Because there's some things you just can't go up against, and we think that, oh well, I'm powerful, I can do what I want. God Himself can't sink this ship, and then now you the first one going face first drowning. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's one of those things like you don't know what the hell you're up against. Oh, and then speaking of water, so I guess we got mutants coming from here, there, everywhere. So they'll tell you to watch out for the sky. There's aliens coming from the skies, and mind you, and if there are aliens coming, they're either coming for them or they're coming for you. They're coming for somebody who deserves it. You see what I'm saying? They're coming in for a mission, so they're not just coming here just because some demon told them to do. No, they're coming for a mission. Coming for them or coming for you. One way, shape, or form. To help you or to harm you, whatever way it goes. Because like I say, all we know is working and paying bills. But then also, what about that water creature? They're saying there's something in the damn water to where whales and fish, everything's coming to the surface. Now you finding a whale at the mall because they don't want to live, they don't want to be in that. What the hell is in that water where you're pushing whales out the water, or the whales are committing suicide, whatever it is? There's something going on in the ocean, or something in the ocean. And I guess there's like an entity or a beast or whatever it is, Godzilla or whatever it is, it's something is in the ocean. I don't know, some call it Leviathan or I don't know what it is, but like I said, the ocean's big enough too to have some strange activity in it. So I'm like, that's interesting too. You're gonna have something coming out the water coming to get you, and then how you gonna fathom that? What? I thought it was only dolphins. You ain't gonna know what to do. This is why it's good to keep an open mind, because when your mind does get blown, it won't explode, because you got enough room for that information to expand. Remember when I said keep an open mind? Because if you happen to see a dog walking a man, your mind won't be keep an open mind. And I would say for the everyday person, it'll be wise to keep an open mind, because again, if all you know working, paying bills, and chemtrails, when it's time to learn the truth, it's like you're not gonna be able to receive the information, because your mind is not open, closed-minded, small-minded, and leave room for information, please. I can promise you, there's much more going on than pink Jesus working and paying bills and chemtrails. Because when we look to the skies, look to the skies and thank the heavens. Is that the damn sky? Is that the star? And honestly, when somebody said they haven't seen stars in a while, I haven't seen stars in a while either. But I guess Elon Musk are collecting the stars so they can create their own star system. I don't know what it is. Something's going on with the stars and Elon Musk and these strange people. Now, mind you, these are all scientists, weird scientists, and what is it? I think, yeah, they're into science and technology. So I don't know, do I call Elon Musk a scientist, or are you into technology? Are you an engineer? So probably both, because Bill Gates of hell is the same thing. Supposed to be an engineer, but yet you're wearing a medical coat, and then you're wearing something from, like, which one is it? You know, so you get people who literally are supposed to be working on fries, but you're on everything else. So that's what I'm saying. This is why you're not dealing with quote unquote humans as you know them. These are entities, because that's where they're getting their information from. This an entity that told you how can you get into someone's thought process. An entity told you how can you whip up a serum to wipe out whole genres of people. That entity told you how do you get this technology to do this and that for you, and to be very advanced. And that's another thing too. I don't want to blame advanced technology on sorcery or even on the devil. I don't want to do that, because I want to say advanced technology, it can be advanced without having some type of entity involved. You see what I'm saying? But I'm thinking it depends on what you use it for. Even with a vehicle, something as simple as a vehicle. Okay, this is to get you from point A to point B. Sounds harmless, but if this is a vehicle used to self-drive down the wrong way of the highway to kill, steal, and destroy, then we have a problem. You see what I'm saying? I'm thinking that's the problem, is what are you using? What is this technology for? What are you putting all these coins together for? What are you working so hard for? Are you working hard for my demise, or are you working hard to help me? This is why they say, okay, this is good versus evil, up versus down, because what are the intents? Do I mean you well, or am I doing this for population control? And that's all you hear is population. Oh, speaking of population control, and I guess I'll spit it out and shut up after this one. There was some type of world meeting. It sounded like they were somewhere in Europe. What is it? NIJU? I got the letters wrong. But this particular national convention, or basically a national worldwide meeting place they sat down and they met, and they asked some guy like, okay, well, you keep saying something about population control and lowering the numbers. What exactly are you meaning to do? How do you plan on doing that without it being sinister, so to speak? He's like, that sounds kind of sinister. And he was like, well, and they were just talking like they're at the mall, or talking like, oh, they're just sitting at the bar having a drink. Well, what we got to do, we got to get rid of 5 billion people by next year, by soon, by now, whatever it was. 5 billion people got to get taken out of business. And then he said, well, what we're going to do is we're going to start in Africa, because they're useless, they're easily controlled, and so pretty much they're on a leash, they're ready for slaughter. All we got to do is lead them to slaughter. So what he said was, they basically, the African people, they're not useful to him. Pretty much like they qualify to be test dummies, or they qualify to get taken and put out of business first. And when they do experiments, or when they unleash their diseases or unleash the beast, it starts in Africa. It always starts in Africa. These will be the stumbling, what's this guy's name? Bill Gates of hell starts in Africa. Elon Musk starts in Africa. Let him tell it, he's an African. So that's what I'm saying. They're going to confusion again. We're dealing with demons here. So Bill Gates of hell, he always starts in Africa. When he said, oh, hell, let me chip your children up upon birth. So, and then also, oh, here, let me give you the serum. What's that guy's name? Bill Gates of hell were stabbing people with serums before they even came out. And mind you, he ain't nobody's doctor. This guy is a strange scientist. Or I guess you could call him a doctor. If you're into science and technology and engineering, you are a damn doctor. That's what they do. They refer to these scientists and engineers to whip up some medications. It's all the same damn thing. So I'm thinking, if you're an engineer, you're a doctor, in so many words. Hell, if you're a damn scientist, you're a doctor, in so many words. But basically, yeah, they said they're going to start in Africa, and he said he has to get rid of 5 billion people, and he's going to start in Africa, because most of the time when they look at Africa, oh, this will be, you want somebody to kill, steal, and destroy, or to pillage, start in Africa. Every disease outside of COVID, every disease, outbreak, a wild animal, tragedy, whatever it is, it all broke out in Africa. And this is what this guy said. He said he got to get rid of 5 billion people. They're going to start in Africa, and then they're going to make their rounds. So I guess you can do the math on who they're trying to get rid of. We're going to start in Africa, and then when we go to other places, look for the Africans. And I'm not saying other people ain't going to get the smoke, but they have ways of doing things to where, okay, this is for you. Now, for instance, with sickle cell, I don't know much about sickle cell. I haven't done my research on it. But if it attacks a certain caliber of people, then it's kind of like, what's the connection with sickle cell when it comes to DNA? Is this a man-made disease that's just for me? You see what I'm saying? Because if it's just a common cold, okay, this will make anybody sick because, oh, it's dust, or it's this and that. And that means, oh, anyone can get sick. But no, there's some things where it's like, oh, this is for you. That's why they say be careful of the genetically modified foods, because when genetic are genes, that means there's something in this, some ingredient in this that will go right for your DNA. Maybe whatever the strand that said, oh, hey, this is for the nappy heads. Because something in it is going to be just for you. Or mainly for you. Because most of the time that happens too. Like, well, this is for you, but everybody else gets it but you. Because like they're so busy trying to get you, or they got to take themselves out. But yeah, that's would you want to know? Would you want to know what's really going on? Or are you okay with you're okay with working, paying bills, and breathing in chemtrails for sport? And we don't get nothing out of this, but yeah, you got to keep paying bills. Literally, I see people that literally, they wake up and go to sleep just to pay bills. Can't talk on the phone, can't meet up, can't hang out, because they got to pay bills. One lady was saying, oh my God, I feel like bills are coming every 2 weeks. Remember when I said with the whole AT&T thing? They charged me twice in the same month, to the point where I'm like, okay, I had to remove the card, because they weren't going to stop. And it was literally every 2 weeks. They were like, okay, because they're not right now. October's paid for. I'm gonna say we're nowhere near October, but October, it's not October yet. Why the hell is October already paid for? And we're supposed to quote unquote pay in advance. You pay in advance, because that's what the whole month pays for. This month's paid for this. October is going to get paid for when October gets here. You see what I'm saying? Not paid in the damn advance. So how would that work? When I get a bill for October, it's going, oh, never mind. Nope. You done already paid all the way up to October. Like, come on now. How am I paying outside of eyeball's view? So that's what I'm saying. If you're not careful, these people, I'm telling you, that's why you got to say no to these entities. Like, I'm literally only phone and internet to get these messages out. Like I say, once it's time to close the camera or close the piano, I'm not going to need this stuff. I'm only taking advantage of this to get the message out worldwide. And it is going to reach who it needs to reach. You know, even if I'm in the dungeon, somebody will get the message. Yeah, so, yeah, be careful. And people, too, are questioning, too, oh, my God, the time is going by too fast. There's no way it should be October, November, December already. What? Well, it is, damn it. And it did go by fast. I used to remember, like, damn, the summer, especially, I felt like August through November, I felt like it takes so long for August through November, like, because I feel like August, like, oh, it takes forever to, I mean, unless it's time to go back to school, then it's like, oh, man, it went by fast. But I remember growing up, like, August, September, it takes forever to get through these months. Now it's like, I close my eyes, and I get a phone call from one of my nieces or nephews. They're like, oh, I believe you didn't call me on my birthday. And I'm thinking, like, what? Your birthday ain't time. I'm like, what? It's June, July, August already? You know, so I'm thinking, like, whoa. And like me, I am guilty of getting lost in time. So I'm thinking, like, oh, wow. It really is. So maybe it is going by so fast. One part says it's going by so fast just so we can, you know, go by so fast so basically we can get to the next level. Okay, allow Satan to have his fun so we can get to the, you know what I'm saying? We can get through this phase. So I guess it's something about it speeding up to expedite the Antichrist, or to expedite the next level, or to even to even avoid a lot of what to come. I don't remember what they said about why the time is sped up, but yeah. And yep, I would say just keep your eyes and nose and ears open to where you can understand, you know, but you don't be so mind blown though, because it's like, just know that it's kind of like we've been blind this whole time, and then once your eyes are open and your ears are open to see and hear, then it's like, whoa, it'll just be mind blowing, because oh my gosh, I've never seen or heard that before. I would say just look at it as the aspect, I've been blind and deaf this whole time, but now I can hear, now I can see, now I understand, or at least I'm trying to understand. That's the best way to condition your brain so you won't be so mind blown. Because also too, they said it's another energy, whatever that sun energy, the high vibrational energy that comes through, to where it's so potent and it's so high to where it can put you in a shock, or it can activate you. It can activate that blocked junk DNA, the DNA, to where it's like, oh, this is the part like the calcified part of your DNA, the calcified part of your third eye, basically the closed off part of you, of your being, that was locked, you know. So it's like, yeah, you're unlocked. Now you can see, now you can fly, now you can hear, and you can do it. Yeah, so I think that'd be interesting, and give them something to look forward to. Keep an open mind. Yeah, well, with that being said, I hope all are well, hope all are safe.